decided to cut the police department budget to defund it. I wonder if you can tell us how much money you're going to reallocate, what exactly is going to be reduced, and what exactly will you put the money towards? The people need to know specifics about what's going to be happening.
And Marcia, I'm looking you in the eye, and the answer is no, not today. They will, because in the next 3 weeks, in negotiation with the City Council, we're going to decide the budget for the city. We are praying there's action on the stimulus in Washington. We're asking Albany to help give us a last resort with borrowing authority. All these questions up in the air. I'm not answering you today because we will do that as a part of negotiation.
But the City Council has basically said, and many members of the City Council, as well as the protesters, have called for a $1 billion cut.
Again,
is
Marcia,
that in the realm of reality?
No, it is
in
not.
Your mind?
No,
why not?
No, but something substantial, yes, and that will be subject to negotiation. And the first thing I want to see it go to is youth programs.
But do you think that the $1 billion number in their mind is not good for the NYPD?
Again, I'm not in anybody else's mind. I respect everyone.
So what's in your mind?
I'm not going to give you a number today.
I wanted to, I guess, follow up on Marcia's question. I know there have been calls to return the summer youth employment program. And then secondly, I know you and Commissioner Shea have kind of made separate appearances since yesterday, since your announcement yesterday. If you want to maybe talk, not private discussions, but what your conversations have been like with the commissioner. I could imagine someone hearing that their agency's budget is going to be cut. I don't know what that conversation is like. So what you can tell us.
Sure. Commissioner and I talk all the time. Remember, this is someone I've been working very closely with since 2014. And I have immense respect for him. We have a constant ongoing dialogue. Of course, there's no commissioner here would like to hear that their budgets might be cut. And there's the deep fear, Katie, that everyone's budget is about to be cut if we don't get the stimulus. But the commissioner said publicly since then that if there's one place he would want to see money go if it came out of his budget, it would be for youth programs. He said that publicly, and that shows the caliber of the man, that he believes in a focus on youth. He said it months ago before all this happened. You know, it was a focal point of my State of the City that we're reorienting policing towards youth. We wanted to get more and more activity for youth. With the City Council, we're going to find a way to address the needs of youth this summer. We don't have it yet. We have to figure it out in the next few weeks. Obviously, Katie, it is absolutely dependent on the healthcare situation, and I'm knocking wood, I'm praying that we come through okay. But the council and people all over the city want to see more for our young people. In April, we didn't know what would be possible at all. We thought things were going to get a lot worse. Now there's more possibility. We're going to figure that out with them.
What's up, my good people in the YouTube world? This is your boy B, and we right back up at you guys with another video. And today, we're going to speak about the NYPD's budget. If anyone has been following the news, they will know that the NYPD, their budget has been cut by $1 billion. And a lot of people don't know where those cuts are coming from and exactly what they are doing with the funds that they are taking from the police department. Sometimes with people on the internet, I feel that we pick a side. You have people on the left that is going to side with Black Lives Matter. They're going to side with defunding the police department at all costs. Then you have people on the right who are always going to side with the police, even when they are completely incorrect. It doesn't matter. It's like they pick a certain side, then they feel as if they have to defend everything that this side stands for. However, if you agree with one side on every single thing, that lets me know that you are a very biased person, because I don't care who you are in this world. You cannot agree with every single thing that a party or any movement has. It's just, it's impossible. There has to be something that you disagree with. So when we look at some of the budget cuts that they made on the police department, you'll see some people will just don't even know where the money is coming from. Don't even know what's being cut, and they don't even know where it's going, but yet and still they're saying that Bill de Blasio is such a terrible mayor. However, let's take a look and see exactly where these funds are coming from and exactly where these funds are going. So I put up the top 4 places where this money is being taken from the NYPD. And the first thing that we see is $352 million are being taken from the police department from overtime. So that means that overtime is going to be cut, and that's going to save the city $352 million for overtime. The second biggest place that the NYPD is being cut is on school safety. They're taking $307 million away from the NYPD, and they're taking them away from actually being in the schools. And they're going to supplement that with security guards. And I want to ask you guys, should police officers be inside of the schools? Should we be spending $307 million on police officers being inside the schools? The next place where money is being cut from the NYPD was from the July Police Academy class, and that was $55 million that was cut from that incoming July class. The next place, $42 million, is coming from the police department for crossing guards. Okay, we're spending $42 million to have NYPD officers helping people cross the streets during school hours. I want to ask you guys, is this something that we should be spending $42 million on? $42 million just to have police help people cross the street. The next thing is $42 million for travel enforcement agents. So that means, police officers that's out there giving you tickets for travel infractions. I want to ask you, $42 million, is that too much to take away from travel enforcement agencies? So when we talk about defunding the police, some people just hear that magic term and then they're going to go against it. They don't even, again, realize where these funds are coming from. So when we put all of that together, that's a total of about over 800 million, close to 900 million of the $1 billion that's going to be cut from the police department. And I want to know if you disagree with any of that. The number one thing is overtime. The number two thing is school safety. The number three thing is the July Police Academy that was dropped. The next thing was crossing guards. And last, you had travel enforcement agency, okay? Or travel enforcement agents. Now, we have to ask, they took that $1 billion and they're reallocating it back into the community. So now you must ask yourself exactly where is that $1 billion going into the community? And I took the liberty to put together the top 4 places where that money is going. All right. In the first place that is going, they're going to spend $350 million on parks and nicer recreational centers. Okay. That's $350 million that's taken from the police department and is going to be reinvested into parks and nicer recreational centers. The next place that the money is going is $150 million is going to be, $150 million is going to be placed for youth and community programs. So that's $150 million that's going to be reallocated to youth and community programs. And some of these programs include providing elementary and middle school youth with safe and ongoing activities. The next place that they're going to put this money is the Summer Bridge program. And it's a career exploration and project-based learning program for youth and adult teens. Again, they're taking this money, $150 million, away from the budget and they're putting it into youth and community programs. The next big thing that they're going to do is take $116 million for student funding. And some of this student funding is for the single separate program, also for social workers. They're taking this money and they're investing it into the actual people. Okay, the Shepherd program is a program which gives extra care to students in the New York City region. So each student is going to be supplied with a special worker that's going to help them excel throughout their educational career. Again, I think that this is a great idea. The next thing that they're going to spend the money on is to expand broadband, to make sure that people living in nicer housing can have broadband and internet connections. It's the year 2021. There's no reason why everyone in New York City shouldn't have you know, broadband connection or internet access. This is ridiculous. It's the year 2021. Everyone should have internet access, okay? It opens you up to the world. So I just went over where 800 million of the $1 billion that they taken from NYPD and they're reinvesting it into the community. And I have to ask you guys for your honest response. Are these things terrible? And again, take it out of your mind when people say defunding the police, because when people say defunding the police, you start thinking about Black Lives Matter. And so many people don't like Black Lives Matter for some reason. You understand? But when we break these programs down and break it down to see exactly where this money is coming from and where it's going, I want to ask you, do you guys disagree with any of this stuff? If you do, let me know. If you agree with what I'm saying, put it in the comments. But that's the end of this video, and I am the Livest. I want to thank everybody for watching. And again, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. This is the Livest, and we up out of here, man. Yeah.